Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Tim Hutter and today we are going to turn the opening range breakout strategy into a fully automatic trading robot that you can use to pass your prop firm challenge, manage your fund account or personal account, and we're going to do this together step by step using AI. Let's go. I'm sure you have heard of the opening range breakout strategy before. It is very popular, especially amongst futures traders, but also CFD traders with indices. That's where I've seen it performing the best. And now we're going to code this step by step. We're going to use the RoboQuant AI. That's our own AI coding software. It's like ChatGPT, but for trading bots, just much smarter. I'm going to use it here in pro mode. And maybe you have seen some videos of me before coding strategies. This time we're literally going to start from scratch with nothing, with a blank chart. Just for you to understand what the opening range breakout strategy is, there are different variations, but let's say here that's the most typical one, the 15-minute. We have 9:30 EST and we mark the high and the low of the first 15-minute candle here. That's this. Now we wait for a candle to close above this range. That's the easiest version. And then we enter stop loss at the opposite side of the range and then the target. You can trail your stop loss. You can have a 1 to 2, whatever you want. And I was actually in this trade here and then it gapped up. So I left it open. And yeah, that's the strategy. Now we're going to code this. Gonna close fucking WhatsApp. So now to code this, first we need to plot the high and the low. Then we need a breakout detection. And I want to be able to use different time frames. Let's say I want to see which breakout works better, the 15-minute or the 5-minute, 10-minute or the 1-minute even. So I want some options there. Then also I want to be able to use it on the 1-minute, 5-minute, 15-minute, so I can test what works best. Now, in order to automate this, first we need to plot the high and the low, and I want to have different options of the opening range. I want to test the 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute and 1-hour opening range. Then we need the breakout detection with settings because I want to see what works better, the 1-minute confirmation, the 5-minute or the 15-minute confirmation. And this means it has to be multi-time frame compatible. Then I want to have some filters so we can test how we can get the best possible win rate and return. Also, I want to have different risk management options like the position sizing and stop loss placement. And I want to have a beautiful visualization. So enough talking, now we start. Now to code this, we're going to use RoboQuant AI. That's our own AI coding software. It's like ChatGPT, but much better because we literally made this to code trading bots. It turns any strategy into a bot. We're going to use it here in trading view mode, very important, pro mode, and in act mode with the thinking enabled. Okay, so my first prompt is simply to plot the high and the low. I want to do this with dotted lines and I want to have a setting for how far these lines extend and I want to keep them on the chart so we can also check the previous days. Okay, here is the code. We copy the code. We go to trading view. Yeah, fuck it, I'm just gonna remove the drawings. Now we go to Pine editor, that's at the bottom left. We go here, create new indicator, very important, delete everything, otherwise it will not work. Paste the code, add to chart. Now here we see compiled, also here it's green, means we have no coding errors. And what do we see? We see our opening range, but, oh no, nothing but, it's correct. Is the time correct? You always have to check if the time is correct, and it is because we want to trade the opening range that is from 9:30 to 9:45 EST. So we have 30:45, so that's perfect. Okay, now I want to have the time frame options for the opening range as well as the breakout. First, the opening range. Okay, perfect, you nailed it. This is my second prompt to add a drop-down menu for the different opening range options that I want to test. 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, and 1 hour. Here you can see the changes in the code. We're going to accept this. We copy the whole code. We go to trading view. Now, since this worked, we don't want to lose this code. We go here, create new indicator, delete everything, paste the code, add to chart, compiles. We hide our first version and now we check if we have to drop down. Also, I'm gonna go full screen here. Why not? Extend lines. Okay, now we are using, let's go to the 1-minute time frame to see if this even works because sometimes it doesn't. We need to find it now. Okay, I zoomed in like 1 billion pixels. Okay, here we are. I don't know what these step lines are. I hate step lines. We're gonna remove them. That's like typical AI. it thinks it makes sense to put step lines. They don't help anyone. Okay. Also, I want to have the thickness of the lines here as an option. Oh yes, we actually do. We have the thickness here and also the color. So we don't need to change this, but that's wrong because it shows these step lines. I hate step lines. Remove the step lines, add the color settings for the dotted lines because these are the ones that we want to test. And also let's see if the opening range works. That's the first 5 minutes. Yeah, true. It's high and low. Now from the first 30 minutes. Yes, sir. Seems to work. First 1 hour. Perfect. But these step lines have to go away. Overloaded. Your mom is overloaded. I don't believe you. Voila. Oh, that's funny. Teacher R reacted to my message. What the fuck? What the fuck? Teacher R actually downloaded my bot. That's so funny. Or no? Or is this a fake account? Ah, that's probably a fake account. Yeah, I already thought. But why does it have the exact same name? Or maybe it's a Clipper account. Yeah, I see. Okay, the new code. We take the code and we apply it. Now, since well, yeah, we're not gonna risk it. We're gonna create a new one. Every time we make an edit, we create a new one, because if we fuck it up once, then we are happy. We have stored it previously. Compiled without issues, and we have removed the ugly step lines. And now we have the styling options. We can make them more fat. We can also add... Oh, can we make it solid? Can we make it solid? Yes, sir, we can make it solid. Perfect. Okay, now I'm happy with this. We have different... There's one small thing which most likely I shouldn't do because I'm gonna waste time. Should I not? No, let's leave it. That's you know, I want to make that it shows here basically that the line, let's say we have the 5 minute range, that this line is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles long. You know what I mean? Like here, it would stop here. And then when it's 15 or 10, it would stop here. You know what I mean? So it will look more dynamic, but it's absolutely unnecessary. Okay, enough time wasted. Now, what is the next step? We need the breakout detection. Okay, sir, means... Okay, in this prompt, I now told it to add the breakout detection. Oh, I forgot to say something. So sad. It's already happened. Maybe it's correct. I want to add the breakout detection, but I already want to have a drop-down menu for the breakout confirmation candle time frame. That's a long word. I want to see if we can do it on the 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. Like, where do we want to get the breakout confirmation? Also, I want to add a setting that how many consecutive candles have to close outside the range to confirm the breakout. Maybe we're going to use 1, maybe we're going to use 2. We're going to see what works best. Now, since my prompt was so shit, I didn't even say anything regarding the dropdown. There is a risk that it didn't understand it, and it did it anyways. So now, same process, Pine editor, create new indicator, delete everything, paste, add to chart. That's a very strange problem here. No. I can copy it here. We have a compiling error and it looks strange. I think it's because my prompt was so bad. Okay, I'm gonna tell it. Okay, so I told it the error that we have, and I believe that's, as I said, because my prompt was unclear, and now I told it to clarify. I want to be able to select the breakout time frame in a drop-down menu in the user inputs. We will not use all time frames at the same time. Does it make any kind of sense? Let's see. Okie dokie, accept. Copy. Now, since this version didn't even compile, we can simply replace it. Oh my god, so stupid. I replaced the wrong one. Of course it doesn't compile, so dumb. No, I don't want to make changes in my script. It doesn't work. I don't want to save the changes. No. I hope I didn't delete the wrong one. I probably did. Yeah, I did. You see, because this one doesn't compile. Okay, I give up. I need to delete it. Create new. Jesus. Doesn't compile. We have a runtime error. Yeah, and this is what happens if your prompt sucks. Now we have the risk that we are ending up in a gigantic loop back and forth with stupid issues. We're gonna add the screenshot, because if AI doesn't fix it on second try, usually it's time to switch the model. We're gonna switch to GPT codex. Much slower, but more accurate. We have an issue here with software. Failed to fetch. Need screenshot for my business partner to fucking fix it. We just send it again. It's on it. You see it's on it. It's completed. Okay. If this would not be white, means it didn't make any changes, and now we can see it is compiling. No, it's not. Or it actually is, but we still have a runtime error. And I promise we cannot copy this, and it doesn't even show it in the log. So we need to take a screenshot and send it again. Now I'm going to provide it more context. What does it say in which bar? Okay, I hope this time it works. And if it doesn't, I will not stop until it works. But this could actually be due to the time frame. Now, if this doesn't work, don't worry, I always have a solution. Yeah, and the solution is this. We go back to the last working script, which is this one. Yes, sir. We take the script, thank God we saved it. We go back to this. Oh, okay, wait. It made another change. It's still working on it. Wow, it takes so long. Yeah, okay, let's try one more time. The fuck? I don't understand anything anymore. Okay. Where are we? That's wrong. That's wrong. That's the first indicator we made. That's the second one, the shitty one. This is the good version. And then here is something else. I cannot even find the other code anymore. What did I do? Asian session box strategy, but it has something completely different in it. What the fuck? Yeah, okay. We have to use my emergency approach. So we delete this code because it failed. Now this happens very often if you build stuff like this, and if you then give up, then yeah, you've already lost. So we take the last working version of the code, we go to the AI, we refresh, we delete or we close, we create a new file, open. Now let's just call it peterpan.pine. So I'm gonna find it again. Okay, we paste the last working indicator, we save it, we go here to trading view mode. We're gonna use plan mode. Okay, plan. Please check Peter does and how it works. Now in the meantime, we're gonna write our prompt, and this time we're going to do it correct. We're gonna divide it into 2 steps instead of one really bad step, really unprecise. This time we're gonna take it easy. Okay, now this time I just told it to add a green dot if X number of candles, consecutive candles, close above the range, then plot the green dot, and if X number of consecutive candles close below the range, add a red dot. The consecutive means, yeah, it's just consecutive, right? Nothing to say. I just need the user input for this. And now we simply go to act. Okay, proceed. Okay, we accept and we hope for the best. Yeah, I know, many errors. Okay, we go here, create new indicator, delete everything, paste. Yes, sir, it compiles. But I forgot to say something, and that is that this condition can only be correct once per day. Okay, you nailed. Okay, now I just had to tell it that it only plots this dot one time when the condition is met, instead of just plotting it over and over again. Okay, accept. Now since it was at least compiling, we don't want to lose it, so we create another new version. Actually, it doesn't matter if you select strategy, you just have to delete the header. We hide this one. Please. Yes, sir. Breakout confirmed. If we change it to 5 minutes, we get the breakout at a different point, which is here. Let's go. Okay, now you can almost not see the lines, but if I put them to solid, you will see them. And now you're asking, why doesn't it detect the breakout already here? It is because of the consecutive candle setting. If I set this to 1, you will see that it already detects the breakout here. Oh no, it's 2. Wow, can you write a number called 1? I found the issue, but I didn't explain it. You see, it only works here with the multiple. We cannot use 1. Now, I guess we can change this in the code. Should not be too hard. We just type Command F, consecutive. No, that's wrong. We look at the user inputs here. Consecutive candles. Now you see here this function, consecutive candles. Well, that's a variable. And then here the input. This is the default value is 3. And here you see the minimum value is 2. Means we cannot go below 1. But if we change this to 1, we refresh. Now I should be able to change it to 1. Perfect. Now we have it. Obviously, the AI doesn't have this version, so I need to adjust this every single time now. Or let me do it here in the code as well. And I just save it. And it never knows, or it will never know that I changed it. Okay, we've just changed the minimum value. Now in the next step, we want to have multiple time frames. A drop down for the time frame. Let me make this prompt. Oh, that's so stupid. I realized I don't even need this. Because the way And that also explains why it didn't work before, and he would never tell me PineScript fucking sucks when it comes to multi-time frame. So the breakout candle time frame comes from the time frame we use. Look, if we use the 1 minute time frame, it will automatically detect the breakout as soon as a 1 minute candle closes outside the range. You see, we are using the 5 minute range, are we? Or 15 minutes, let me see. Yeah, this is the first candle that closed above, but something is off, because if we go to 5 minutes, yeah, we have an error here. Okay, so we're just gonna tell it that the strategy has to work on every time frame. Let's go. We fixed it. It was my bad because I made this code edit without editing the stuff that followed, so I caused actually more problems than I solved. But now it's solved. My issue was that I changed this minimum value for the consecutive, and this didn't add up with the logic it had. I was not aware of this. So now we have exactly what we wanted and what we needed. Now we have the breakout logic, and we have different options. You see, we're on the 1 minute time frame. We can use the 5 minute opening range, the 15 minute opening range, the 30 minute opening range, and the 1 hour opening range. And obviously like this, now we don't have the dot anymore. We're gonna use the 15 minute, and also we can say how many consecutive candles have to close outside the range for the breakout to be valid. And we can also use it on the 5 minute time frame. If we use it on the 5 minute time frame, it looks for a 5 minute candle to close outside the range, which is going to be this one. Now obviously on this day it absolutely didn't work. It's not the best strategy, you know, with the best win rate. Also here, beautiful example of how it was a fake out first and then the real breakout came later. Now we might be able to filter this out by being more strict here. Yes, we could. So then we get the short here. That's why I want to have this setting. Okay, obviously this took a while, but now we have exactly what we wanted, what we need. And in the next step, we're going to turn this into a fully automatic trading bot with entries, exits, risk management, position visualizations, and we're going to add some more filters. But this would take too long for this video, so we're going to do it in the next video. Don't worry, I'm going to upload it soon. To make sure you don't miss the second part where we actually code the strategy, and I'm also going to share the source code. We're going to have a look at the performance, optimize it and everything. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you get notified once I upload the second part. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Peace out.